inclusive.
soll jeder eine nennen, you know.
Yeah, we're inclusive. We're very progressive.
Exactly. You know, that was willkommen, those
Inclusive.
yeah,
Yeah,
inclusive, exactly. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. In Chabad, we're very progressive. We're inclusive
Baruch
people.
Hashem. You know, the holy then thou is not in our it's not in our system. You know,
Okay, good. Hey,
Hamaski Baisle Chavedu Stam. This is without a contract, without a tamid.
up until now, we're talking about cuts of Leizman, right?
Can I ask you a question? Kosovo man is has to be with a star
No,
or
not
even
after.
Dabdab could be Alper. Of course, with a star is more reliable.
No, no, he
But
said here.
but can you do it? Can you do it like
That was the first smeh.
yeah
Here,
this
Bain Bekesef, Bain Bishtar, Bain Bechazaka. So
yeah
even, for example, if we had a chazaka, I moved in. So now the question, now it's more difficult that way because
yeah
if
of
I moved
course
in
you
with
can enforce
chazaka,
nothing. Yeah
now, unless we're both being honest in front of Bezdin, right? Listen,
yes
let's say we're Erlich Yidden,
yeah.
and then I moved in, so I made a kinyan, right? Meaning you have, because remember,
And you
you're
have to make a Kenyan, right? That
a
yeah
mecher, right? A mecher, right? Is there's no
yeah
kinyan bidvarim levad. There's no kinyan.
yes
I
right
take, I take your ein ruach hachamim nechebe. If you renege on your word,
right. It's not oimed al diburoi. That's why.
but it's just like, but it's no kinyan. So
Right, right. There's no
nothing.
real obligation.
But
Right.
but but you could be kinyan with a chazaka, meaning we see he's moved in. So he's saying I have a lease deal with you. Look, I moved
Yeah.
in. Then also
Yeah.
is a chazaka. Is a chazaka is also a kinyan.
Very good.
Again, it's going to be good luck enforcing it if one of us is either doesn't remember right or decides to twist the facts a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just like a mecher, right? It could be a kinyan sudir. Same thing by a kinyan sudir, right? Listen, we made a
Yes.
kinyan sudir. Mamash here, we made a kinyan. Okay, now what did we agree to? What was the time frame? Okay, go prove it.
Go prove it that.
But
Yeah.
let's go under the assumption that we're both being honest. We come to Besdin and we both say, no, this was the time that we agreed on. And the guy's saying, but now I
Yeah.
want to change on it because I need it. So that's the scenario.
Yeah. Right. Right. So now we're going back when there was no with stam. It's a masking by the stam.
Right,
Stam means
right.
but Gonishke, no Kenyan, no nothing, no dibur, no afilu dibur yechnish.
It means you're an even bigger mishuganer, right?
Yeah, mamish.
Like,
Like
no,
this.
like Rav Kasimov said, right?
Yeah.
Even because of Leizman, right? You'd be insane to do it without a star. These kinds of deals. It's ridiculous to do it without a star.
Beyesh Lemer, afilu mit a star, you're going to be crazy not to have somebody be magia the star.
Right,
Because
even right, even that. So any other scenario, even cuts of Leizman is crazy. So halachas kama v'kama, his kid buys l'chavei b'stam. Like, what were you think? What was anybody thinking here? But okay, but this is the azay is the ma'aser. By the
yeah.
way, you know why I think we have all these halachis of bistam and all this. It's this covers the gaps that still come up, like Avi was saying. Like he each time he knows to add to the list something that now he realizes wasn't in the original contract he had that fell through the gaps. All these halachas are for those things that fall through the gaps.
Yeah, mamish. It is. Like, Bestam, Bestam is one thing, but sometimes, even when you Kosov Latzman,
Right,
there's
and you
not,
have details.
but their details, the minor details are not always included. So you have to know what
Now,
Stam
so now you have to say, right,
there means. Yeah.
and it could be again. It could be ideally it's two erlich coming.
Yeah.
And they're saying, look, here's our contract, and I feel about it this way. He feels about it this way. We don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So now maybe we have these halachas that we can look at to give guidance on what the right thing is.
Yeah.
So stam ein yochel hitziyei ad she'idiyah lamed yom mikedem. Why kedei levakish mokim lo yeh mushlach baderech. It's reasonable. You give him right. He's masked bistam. So fine. You just you're going. If it's month to month, whatever it is, or even not month to month. It's even say it's on a daily rate, right? For you're going to pay me such and such for however many days. In the meantime, he's in there. He's in there 133 days, and you're still going day to day. So you gotta give him 30 days because he needs to find another. He has to needs time to find another place. He shouldn't be thrown in the street. All is safe halamid. Yates at the end of the 30, he's required to leave. He has to go. If you
Yeah,
give him 30 days, you're required to give him 30 days, and he's required to leave after the 30 days.
yeah.
So that's considered winter. Winter is from Sukkot to Pesach, and then you have to. In those days, you can't evict somebody, and it goes even to tax on to that. Meaning you can't erev Sukkot give him 30 days. You have to tell him 30 days before Sukkot, and you have to give him 30 days after Pesach. Right? It's not the day after Pesach. You come and say, okay, get out. No, that period doesn't count as part of the 30 days either. So you have to give
Okay,
him.
so then what do you say about Sukkot? That you come 30 days before Sukkot?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because between Sukkot and Pesach, you can't evict. But it means also those times that are hard. It means those aren't counted as times that he can find a place. So when it says from Sukkot, Lamid Diyay means you have to have told him told him by Tezvav Elul already.
And then you can have him out before Sukkot?
And then you can have not before Sukkot, or you can tell him like Motzei Pesach, and then he has till whatever it is. What is it like? Chav Gimel, Chav Daled, or whatever.
So in the case of Pesach, you have to give him 30 days after Pesach, right?
Right. In the case of Sukkot, you have to give him 30 days before Sukkot.
Yeah, because it's still these
Meaning,
are still
meaning,
these are still
yeah.
the still the summer months. These are the summer months. These are considered the Me'akayit still.
Right,
No.
because you could easily read this as just I have to be Meidia him before Sukkot or Meidia him that he has 30 days, right?
Right.
Like, but no, it means that the period of the Haidah has to be outside of Sukkot and Pesach. That
Right.
30
And
day period. Yep.
wo liegt das in der Werte? When did he say this? Amaske bei der Welt enu yochel tia.
He'll have it soon. He's
Because kedel vakis mikel v'lo yem mushach b'derech. He shouldn't be out in the street. Ulesoif alamet yetze.
be, I think, in the next Seif.
Yeah, במד אמר הממוני בבית החמה, אבל בית הגשמים אינו יכול להציעם מהחג עד
Oh,
הפסח. Okay.
it looks like he can. It looks like Pesach he can.
What do you mean he can? He can throw him out in the middle of Pesach?
Oh no, he can't. No, that was something else. That's it. That's it. Saying you'll see. It says it explains it in the next Seif.
Okay, fine. But say that. Is there a smeh or a
Yes,
shach over here or not?
he is both.
Both. Okay, let's go.
Uh,
Hamaskir by Sechaveru Stam.
yeah, yeah. So Masi Bas Ravir Stam in Yoch Leitziyai Sme Vav Nir da Hai Stam Lav Davka Ka'omar. Why? The im Leikein Acher Yem Echad Pachis Yoch Leitziyai Kishe Yemer Hamaskir She'en Daito Yehoya Al Yeser. Why?
Yeah, I understand that. Let's say you understand what he says. He says just because you gave your house to a guy to stay there 1 or 2 days,
Right.
it doesn't mean to say now you have to wait 30 days to get him out.
Right.
Why? Because the karka is berishus habaylim, right?
Right.
So he gave it to him 1 or 2 days. Now he has to wait 30 days. That doesn't make sense. That's
Right.
what he's saying.
Actually, it's interesting that it comes right after what we just said in Dalid that the lina ain't pachas miyayim, shvisa ain't pachas mishtayim.
Exactly.
So meaning there's certain situations where we're going to consider it as if it was as if it was a kotavlay, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though, like, let's say he said, I listen, I need to sleep over there.
Now,
Okay,
should you have to wait now 30 days?
he didn't say. Yeah, but Lina is a mechot. Right.
But the Yom Echad doesn't come with a tag of 30 days. Otherwise, can you imagine you give somebody Lino? Oh, you have to reckon another 30 days. I think that's what he's saying over here, that you don't have to. So what does it mean if it doesn't mean Lab Dafka, Amasi
Right.
Ben Rabbeinu
Right.
Stam?
Okay, so I think he'll explain further.
Yeah, okay.
Reish base the Ha'emer Yodur Pliny bebayze veloy kotzav leizman afilu sho achas b'mashma.
Mashbad huadin beschides.
Adu hodem b'schiris yad ha'seichel ala tachtina. Mashkos b'shem shuvos harosh.
Erotem shehiskir
He's kilo
loy.
normally ato titin li ba'ad schiris basi kol chedesh kach v'kach the oz ha'seichel seimich al zeh di ikach schirosi kol chedesh v'lo yitzienu. Mishum hachi tzarech le'yedia lamed yem mikedem.
Yeah, right.
Right, it's which it seems to make sense that when we're talking about a month to month situation, right?
Yeah.
When we're meaning meaning when we're talking about a month to month situation, yeah, this kind of a normal thing. So you have to give him 30 days because he's assuming, right? You told me 30 days month to month, right? It's very
Yeah.
different, like an Airbnb situation where the assumption is you're staying for 2-3 days. But if I tell you, okay, listen, I'm going to lease you the house for it's going to be each month this much.
Yeah, but the
You're going to
reason why
assume
it's
it's going
called
to keep going month to month, and I'm going to let you know if it's not going to be month to month.
exactly. The stam means over here is provisionally it's 30 days.
Right.
It's still called stam because the uncertainty of
How many 30 days?
how many 30 days we're talking about over here.
And not only that,
Zoter,
Mistamid, that's why the amount of Haidah has to be 30 days. Because I was assuming I have at least another 30 days.
yeah. So what's that kind of about? You say tell a person you can have it for 30 days. So at the end of 30 days, you can kick him out unless you give him another 30 days, right? That's a shot.
Yeah, because he was assuming it'll be 30 days. And then why be Meisag Shamim?
No,
Because
hold on a second. If I give you, we're talking about a case when I'm masking buys a chaveir l'shleishim yom. That's what he says over here, right?
yeah, or meaning month to month.
Yeah. So
Meaning,
so
meaning,
so
meaning you say, listen,
so so
this
come
house over
come
here,
the end of the month.
I can rent from you, and you tell
Yeah,
me,
but
it's $500 a month,
okay. So I take it for 1 month, right?
right?
And then at the
Now,
end of the
now
month,
I come to pay you for the next month, and you say, no, I
ah,
already rented it out to somebody else.
you're right. So you have to
Wait,
give
why
him
you didn't
another
tell me
30
nothing?
days. You have to give him
Why-
another 30 days.
Yeah, why you
Yeah.
didn't tell me nothing? You didn't tell me. You said month to month. The whole month passed. I'm coming to pay you again. I thought we were good.
So it seems from here that at the end of the 30 days, he has to give him another 30 days. That's what you're saying, right? That's a shot over
Basically,
here. So
basically.
if in the middle of the month he says
And
to
and,
the
and,
guy,
and,
the
and
mask
it
is
and it
to,
sounds like also because for a normal rental as opposed to the ones we were talking about before, which is more of like an Airbnb style rental.
yeah, yeah,
A normal home rental, that's the norm. Is you rent month by month. That's the
yeah.
normal, meaning that's the normal. Even when you have, very often you see even when you have an annual lease, you don't pay the whole lease. You pay it each month. That's the normal setup.
Okay, but Al Kaponim, we see from here that if in the middle of the month the guy tells him, I want you out in 30 days from now,
It's fine.
Arishus biyode,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Because I
know,
gave you because the whole problem here is this guy, right? He's going with the assumption that he has 30 days left. So if he
yeah.
comes on the last day, and Mitamo, you tell him, nope, you don't have 30 days left. If you came in middle of the month and said, by the way, you have 30 days left, so you have till the 15th of the next month to, what do you call it? Okay, so now the Cholafach he has 30 days to figure something out. So
Right.
he knows already that this is not the,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's why by cuts of Leizman, you don't have to give him any time. Why? Because he already had the 30 days. He knew. The problem is him knowing.
Right.
Him,
He should
so
he shouldn't be
even
caught
even
off
even if the
guard.
cut of Leizman doesn't come is a half a month, right? Let's say it's 3 months and half a month. Doesn't make a difference, but you already knew from 30 from the prior half a month. You already knew it was going to be this way. Yeah, Elder Atzleim Shehiski Leiva Amelie Atta Titan Liba Atzchilas Basic Kol Chedish Kach V'Kach Oz Haseicher Seimich Hazeh Dikach Skari Kol Chedish V'Leitzianu Mishum Hachi Tzarech Leidi Alam Di Mikedim V'chein Kosov Magid Mishne Beviu Divri Arambam Alolu Sham what is it? Perek Vav Deschirus Ein Sham.
Perek Vav Deschirus Halacha Zayin. That what?
Yeah, Ein Sham. That meaning he said the Magid Mishnah says he explains that same way. The same way that he just explained it, that it's mechedish lechedish, and therefore he's assuming that when it comes to the end of the month, you're going to take his money again for the next month. V'davka bistam, right? This is davka bistam that you have to give him the you have to be media. Mashe enkin kishul is man yadua yochel hitzia af bay bayoim below yida Rambam sham.
Yeah, this is what I was asking. At the end of the last time we spoke, at the end of the 1 year lease, he's out the next day.
Next day.
The next day, he doesn't have to give him any
Because he
warning.
knew he didn't really renew the lease.
Yeah, exactly. If he
Tell me,
didn't,
I thought.
in other words, the day before the lease is over,
Right.
he has to start packing.
It all goes by what's the assumption. The guy who's going month to month, as long as you didn't tell him nothing, he's assuming you're giving him another 30 days. He'll get 30 days. The guy whose lease is up, the assumption is your lease is up. You thought, no, you should have clarified because you know your lease is up.
Right. Very good.
Okay, so the Shach. I'm asking
by Stam.
Kosovo Asmeh. Needed the high stam lavdavke the imkain acher yem echel epochis yachel yitzi v'chulu. V'ray lozem ma shekosem in meisha v'agol le'ilsim in eishet beish la'imer yoder pleini v'vay zev le'ikotzev le'izman afilu sho'echs b'mash v'chulu ad kan l'sheni. Ein misham raya, says the Shach. The hosam nosan le'mei atzmei Aval b'seicher mechavere stam ledira mistam einei sach seich b'pachis milamed yem. Ein ledames inyonim zeluzeh.
What does he do with the previous sif? What does the Shach do with sif dalet?
Let's see. So what's he saying? What's his problem with this smer?
Because the smer was medama. This case. What was mashikosa muram, right?
Right.
Behago reish samach reshut beis the homer yoder pleni bebay ze velo koselev zman afilu shoachas b'mashma mashma b'dehuadin b'schirus.
What the smer is saying? The smer is saying
It's medama. It's not that because it's medama to the case of when a person says yodur.
Right. The smer says
that the case of yodur.
Not talking about Amid Bistam. We're talking about month to month. Why?
Right.
Because if Bistam with it, then how would you have a situation with 1 day?
Right. It's more than that. He says because the case of soicher leyem echad is medame to the case of yodur. When a person says yodur, zolal bleiben dort, nicht beteures chirus.
Okay, so the Shach is saying that case.
That's not a raya because in case of yodur, he gave it out of his own.
He gave it to him. which is interesting because in that case it would seem that according to the Shach, Sif Dalid is talking about he gave it to him.
Yeah,
That the whole Sif Dalid then we would have to say is this
I
case,
think so.
right?
That was my question at the beginning.
If
What is
that's
he?
what he's being medame
Yeah,
to.
what did Shach do? What does Shach do with what does Shach do with Sif Dalad?
Right. So it would seem this Meh is talking about.
And noch a Zach is why does the Shach why does the Shach say medame to Yodur? Why did he say compare it to his kid? I mean, you could learn the same thing out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, well, so the Smeh it doesn't make a distinction between Yodur and Hiskir.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but the question is, why does sagt as Punkt so wie Yodur is on 30 Tag is Hiskir is Eich
It's
on
like the
30
same
Tag.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says. Okay.
Meaning according to the
And he
Smeh,
was and because he says Hainuhach, and he says the Shach says
which
das ist
which is funny
this,
because
yeah.
if you look at the lashon of the mechaber, it seems to look like the Smeh because Hiskirli. It
So he
starts off
says like this,
Hiskirli.
Emishom Raya de Hosam Noson Lemeatzme, and Bemela over there, Davka over there, he needs him out the next day.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Since he gave it there, ich bin a guter. Ich gebe dir für ein Tag, zwei Tag, drei Tag. So out of the goodness of my heart, I was koiveya how long you should be here. I didn't put you
right,
there so you stay 30 days more.
right,
I did it out of the goodness of my heart, right?
yeah. Which is interesting
Aval
because
besecher
back then
mechabeiroi.
back then they didn't have Airbnb.
No, they didn't.
Because
Aval besoicher mechabeiroi
Dalit is
stam
really
ledira. Yeah,
at surface level. Dalit is really classic Airbnb. You know,
yeah.
but then again, Airbnb you don't have this whole problem because Airbnb is Kotzovlei. I mean, that's not only that. When you select your days, you're already Kotzovlei.
You
you
know
know,
something? The case it's a very interesting. Dalad is a case of kotzule without being mefaret.
right, right,
Because the case of Dalad, he's not telling him how many days.
right,
Chachomim sind gekommen und koiver gewen as Lelino is ein pachas beyem echad
right,
und leShvisa ein pachas b'shnei yomim und leSu ein pachas b'lamed yom. So it's like in the middle case, you know. It's not mamish koiver and it's not mamish stam.
right, right. Exactly.
So, but he says over here, "Ava besecher mechavedu stam lediro mistame eino secher pachas melamed yem." Even though we saw him post in Dalad
Right,
that
right.
they are
Dalit, right. Exactly.
that I don't know. We're playing with words over here.
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Dira lino shvisa.
It seems like the Shach would have to hold, or maybe not, or maybe he holds because the words of Lina and Shvisa and Nisuin are a sort of kvius.
It is kvias.
Therefore, it's not stam. That's why it's not stam.
It says, "Aval besecher
Because stam is
mechavedu
30
stam
days. If I
bedira
didn't say Lina, and I
mistame."
didn't say Shvisa, and I didn't say Nisuin, then stam is 30 days.
Okay, so what conclusion does he get to? He says, "Aval besecher mechavedu stam ledira mistame eino secher pachas melamed yom."
Right. Which I guess so right. Yeah. So let's see.
So that so what's bleibt? What's bleibt? Do you need 30 days? Do you need 30 days after the 30 days? Mistame nicht.
Well, if it's stam, then why then oh, meaning does that now establish that there should have been another 30 days? Well, let's see.
So kaimelon stam halva med yom stam sheila miyad. Kedere kamon reis okay, reis simmen malf, yeah?
Yeah.
בהוכי אמרין בריש פרק דראש השונה, המזכיר בייס החברו ואומר לשונה זו,
Yeah.
אינו פחס מלמד ים. זה nicht weniger wie למד ים,
Right.
yeah?
Meaning if he said Shona Zu,
Yeah.
right? Remember if he said Shona Zu, if it was if it was before Rosh Chodesh Elul, then Shana Zu ends before by Rosh Hashanah.
Right. But
If but here
if
we
it's
see if he said it in middle of Elul Shana Zu,
Chai Elul, he said Chai Elul, he said Shana Zu, then what? Huh?
even though that's not is that was only one opinion. Another opinion said even one day is Chashuv Shana. So if I tell you Shana Zu a week before Rosh Hashanah, then it's still done Rosh Hashanah according to that opinion. Shiny Hacha de Torach Inish Lemigar Beisa Libatim Mitlosin Yemin.
It's that
Like he's not going to trouble to move in
der
and out.
Keimer Stam al Vola Medieim, aber nicht. Do you know, once I wanted to rent from Fisher an apartment, but I was
Yeah,
in Kalen. So he tells me, is your wife pregnant already? So I said, yeah. He says, I'm going to give you a studio apartment now for 3 or 4 months,
right,
only that you should come in 3 or 4 months from now with a baby that you're going to want a two-bedroom apartment, right?
right.
So he said, it's not worth my while renting it to you for 3 months.
And then I have to go move everything out, and I have to.
Because he said the nezek that a person causes, not you personally, he says, I've experienced it. Yugaman kum tarayne geht arois, I'm not going to get, this is a freshly painted apartment, this studio I'm giving you.
Right,
So he says, so you're going to leave it, I'm going to have to paint it again. It's just not, I
right,
understand what he's saying. He's saying it's not worth
right.
it's not worth,
Which nowadays is different than then. So then it was
yeah,
meaning. Remember, also nowadays we have a lot more stuff than they had.
right, right. So he says, sicher pochs melamed jem, es lehnt sich ihm nicht.
Right,
Verstehst?
like by us, if I'm gonna move to a different house, not only that, it's bichlal. Even I'm here in this house. What 20 more than 20 years now.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem.
It's still when I think of moving. If I'm gonna move from another house, I better in my cheshbon is I gotta move all my stuff. But back then he didn't have so much,
Right,
tonight
right, right,
so much
right.
stuff. So
So
back
that's why maybe
like at least
then
2 days it wasn't
Lamed
like
Yem.
around.
Maybe then was Lamed Yem. Es lohnt sich nicht. You know what I'm saying?
Back then that was the mice. Was lamed.
Yeah, but for 3 or 4 months might be worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, so it says like this. I'm asking about, so Dot and Zetman, אפילו מה דומה יום אחד בשונה, חושב שונה, שאני הוכו
Meaning,
דלא
meaning,
תורך אין איזה
meaning
מי...
bichlal, right? Meaning it's talking
Yeah.
about in by Rosh Hashanah, it's talking about a separate thing. It's talking about what's in. It's talking about the differentiation between if I tell somebody lishana or lishana zu, but not. I don't think it's dafke talking about schirus there.
Yeah.
It's bichlal when you say shana
I
zu.
think what he's
What
saying
you,
over here is es macht nicht
no,
Schleuse,
here is different than that case because here we're talking about moving to a different house.
right, but I think what he's trying to say is when es kommt zu Schiris, es macht nicht Schleuse, whether you say Lashon Azu or Lashon Stam. Because es lohnt sich nicht, ein Mensch zu sagen,
So I think he's saying lishana zu. It makes a difference, but only if there's 30 days.
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
not if there's less than 30 days.
exactly,
Right.
exactly. When I'm saying Lashon Azu or Lashon,
Right.
when it comes to Schiris,
There has to
a
be at least
person
30
does
days or it's not, or there's no
you
difference.
need 30 days, otherwise it's not a thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
not so what
Right.
he's trying,
Simply because the whole thing of Lashana Zu and Lashana is we're going based on what mistama was your intention. So
yeah.
Stama we would say Lashana Zu, your intention is this calendar year. But by schiros, we can't say that was your intention because a person doesn't move for less than 30 days. So obviously, even though stama ze lishana zu, that's the intention. By schiros, it's not the intention unless there were 30 days. That then we could say that mistama that was your intention. But if there's no 30 days, we can say no because who moves less than 30 days? The chein mashma pirish Rashi perek hashayil daf kuf aleph amud beis v'zel sheni. Uveseicher stam ka'amar, ve'ashmuinon da haseicher stam ve'loi pirish zman, havi schiris lamed yom.
Yeah.
Ve'af al gav de Rashi pirish kach what is it?
Besimen Dalet? No. Besiata Dishma.
What is it? This chirus something. I'm not sure where. Somewhere else. Rashi's pirish. Bis safe.
One second. Let me see. Give me a second. I'll tell you the
It's in something of the Gemara.
one second. I'm middle of finding it. One second. One second. One second. Pirush Rashi. Uh, I think what it says besosam diburoi.
Uh, uh,
Besosam diburoi, wenn er nicht mefarish given.
right. Meaning the fact that meaning he's even though there he's just explaining that what they were mikatzir in Shas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mikol mokim mashma b'Shas the lehadir b'mehach the stam schiras lamed yom.
I think so, no? Does it besosam diburoi doesn't
Yeah. B'sisim deburi the Shas.
yeah. Ikomoka mashma b'shas the hodel bo mehanach the sosam schirus the sosam schirus lamed yom.
The stam schir it's stam schiras lamed yom. Right. They're not. Yeah. V'chein mash medivri Rambam perek shvi milchus chidas mechabel kamon
Ich meine, ich will sagen, es hat schon viele Rashi oder so mefarisch gewesen, wenn ein Mensch aus so einem Dibur hat nicht mefarisch gewesen, in der Fall, was bringt ab, ja, in
Yeah.
Shas, we can mock him, however, mashma b'Shas, from Shas yim de lehoder bo mehach de sosem schirus lamed yoim, right? Kach mash b'divrei harambam, as wenn stam hat nicht mefarisch gewesen, it's 30 days, okay? פרק שביעי מהלכות זכירות, אוקיי. הגו ועין לקמונט ריש יוד בייס, לעיל ריש יוד בייס, שהניח דברי הרב מורם בצורך עיון.
בצורך עיון.
כוסו שבדברי המותחה מוכח שקנו לגמרי לעולם לדירה. אז גם מקדמיש ביור דיבר רמב"ם מרוב פרק זכירות, זה לשון פירש סתם כגוין שסחורה בכך וכך לחידש ולא פירש לא כמה חודשים. גם כן נרייד, דלא עושו אלו להפוקי אם פירש לא לכמה חודשים.
Right, that he's saying that
מיד
that he's saying kigain shesachlu v'kach v'chedesh b'lepirish, right? He's only coming.
that what they can take him out.
How many chadashim? It means mechedesh lechedesh b'stam, as opposed to we were mefaret 3 chadashim at so much per chedesh. But lav davke does he mean? Does he the lav davke does he mean lechedesh?
He said, but he says that כגון שסחורוי בכך וכך לחדש ולא פירש לא כמה.
Right? So Gamkin in it, why? That there when he's saying that, like Asa Adalafuki and Pirish Lekama Chadashim. The Ozmi
Yeah.
Yad Belay
But if he didn't, but if it wasn't mefaret kama chodoshim, he cannot get him out of there the next day. He has to wait 30 days because he's not mefaret.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to say is like this: if you say kama v'kama chodoshim, this is the shach over here, mefarish in our sif. When it says over here 30 days, shedir lamed yom, right?
Yeah.
It means to say when he told him you can stay a few months, but it was not mefarish how many months. At the end of those few months, since you were not mefaret, so then you have to wait 30 days.
Right. You weren't mefaret how many months it's going to be.
So in other words, even he didn't say stam endless, right? He didn't say carte blanche. You can stay here as long as you pay me. And then you have to wait 30 days, that's for sure.
Right.
But noch mehr, afilu sagt kannst du bleiben etliche Chadoshim. A paar Chadoshim kannst du sein, yeah? Wie lange du bezahlst mich? So then, you're not mefaret, so then you have 30 days. I think so. If he told him X amount of months, then you don't wait 30 days.
Right.
This is a fine chiluk. I understand
right. You don't wait 30 days from after that, but then he says,
no, because you said hast du gesagt ein bestimmte Zman,
Right.
Und die haben uns aber gesagt, Koponim hocher lehaskir Zman.
Zman, because in other words, even if it's for a day, right? I'm gonna have to tell you it's X amount per day. I have to tell you a price, and the price is automatically kosher to some kind of zman.
Of course, dem lo kein ein shaykh schidus.
Right.
Otherwise, not schidus. The EF lehaskir schidus below zman. אבל noch הנמי, אילו סחורי בכך וכך לשבוע, אף על פי שהודיעו למד יום מקדם שנכנס לודד בי, צריך לודד בוי למד יום. בדיוק. So, בקיצר is הזוי.
But meaning the Lamed Yom he's talking about is including that week.
I'm sorry.
Why? Because you weren't mefarit that it's l'shavua echad. Right? If I rent it to you, shavua l'shavua, I'm assuming you're going to let me stay there for at least 30 weeks, 40 weeks. What's the difference? Right? So now it's saying if I told you 30 days before you moved in, so it has to be including the week. He still has to live there 30 days. Why? Because I guess the 30 day at the time they made the deal, I didn't tell you nothing.
Hmm.
So at the time we made the deal, I could have assumed that it's going to be for 15 weeks. I was thinking.
Yeah.
So the kids like, what's the difference? The smell says the smell seems to hold that lav dafke bistam.
What's the
Rather,
pshat?
when he says bistam, he means chaydish lechaydish. And the Shach says no, it could be even week to week or whatever it is. Obviously, there was some kind of period zman, but lav dafke does he have to be mefarid chaydish lechaydish? Because stam a rental is for a chaydish, but it could be even if it was less than. That's why he says he implies chaydish because stam azay, that's the usual deal that we see. But lav dafke is he talking about chaydish lechaydish? It could be even the shavua.
You have to give him 30 days?
Yeah, according to the Shach, yeah. Meaning, if you weren't mefarid, how many weeks it's going to be? According to this
Wow.
according to this,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
if you said mishavua l'shavua l'chore, you could what's it called? Why? Because stam karka becheskes ba'aleo I made this. So only if I
Yeah.
said from month to month, which is the usual deal. So we said month to month. Now I have to give you the third. According to the Shach, no. When he says month to month, it's lav dafke. He's just using the example of month to month because that's what's common. But it could be the shavua or the yom or whatever. Whereas according to this man, no.
Okay, let's do again. The Smeh says that if you say it's lav davka,
When he's saying stam, he doesn't mean like just okay here. It means stam means here's how much it is per month, but I didn't tell you how many months.
okay,
But
and then you have
why?
to and then you have to wait 30 days.
And then you have to wait 30 days. The
And
Shach
what is Shach saying?
is saying no. It doesn't even have to be. You don't have to have to say it could even be that your deal was week to week and you weren't mefad this man. Doesn't have to be a month. Even if it was week to week and you weren't mefarit how many weeks, you still have to give him lamed yayim.
And what would the Smeh say in that case when from week to week?
But you don't have to give him why because stam what's it called the karka becheskes balayim medis.
Right. And so he draws a distinction between the Smeh draws a distinction between a full month,
Right, between month to month.
from
That
month to
our
month.
deal, even though we decided how many months, but our deal was for what was by month.
Yes, and from week to week, he can throw him out the next day,
Right,
and comes the shachat says that what that even from week to week also
right. So meaning basically the shach holds stam kipshute.
kipshuto, yeah.
And like he explains, yeah, listen, obviously you can't have mamish stam because he has to have been mefarid something. He has to have been mefarid a daily rate or a weekly rate or some kind of rate, right? Otherwise, there's no
But
schiddush.
having
Rate.
done that,
But other than the rate, right? Whereas the smeh seems to hold that the rate has to have been at least a monthly rate.
Yeah.
Whereas the Shach says, no, it doesn't have to be a monthly rate. It's bistam kipshute.
Okay.
Obviously, you establish some kind of rate, but it doesn't have to be a month rate, and you still have to give him lamed yom.
Wow. So he's saying he's not saying mamish like the yomayim.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
he didn't. Well, he didn't tell him I'm renting it to you for a day because that's already not stam. He told him I'm renting it to you at a daily rate of, with no period on how many days there were. Because listen, if I tell you, oh here I'll give it to you, here I'm renting it to you for a day. Okay, then I was mefaret. I'm renting it to you for a day. Then it's kotov leizman. It's funny. This whole thing is in a very like fine line area.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so he was mefarit. I can listen. Can I rent your property? Yeah, you can rent my property. The daily rate is $100 a day. That's the daily rate.
But he was not mefaret how many days?
Right. With no discussion of how many days.
Okay, and the shach and the smeh says on this that since it's not lamed yom, so
Right.
then
So there's no yeah.
there's no it's becheskes about like
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
basket. Okay, this is arts in hay. Wow.
Right. And not only that, right, yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, I think I got it finally. It's a little hard, but I got it. How far? By the way, how far did
it's a very fine line that they're
very
walking.
very I have to write it down properly to get it clear in my head.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
far did did, did, did
if I remember, send a. I mean, he's busy now. He just had Mazel Tov.
yeah, baby boy, we all wished him mazel
I
tov.
want to
Beautiful.
maybe send a quick voice note just so I can make sure that so just to make sure that run it by
Yeah, yeah,
just to make sure we understand, or maybe even we'll leave Rav Kasimov alone. I'll think somebody else
yeah.
uh, who can explain this.
How far did we go with him, by the way?
What? Um,
With, with him, well, how far did we go with him? Did we reach
I
last
think
time?
yes,
Including tests or not including?
not including Tess.
Okay, let's go. Weiter. Let's okay. Kovaloi shleishim
Oh,
yom.
there's another smeh, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Bamed dvorim
Oh,
amur zayin, smeh zayin. Bamed dvorim amurim.
yeah, באמת דברים אמורים, ביום מוצא נירה דהוכי קומר, אם מוצא חמו מיום שבו, ואומר לי צא מביסי, הבית דין אומר לי צורך שתניחהו לא דבר עוד למד יום, שבתוך זו הזמן יבקשי מוקם אחר, לא דבר. והיינו דווקא שבו לא הציעו ביום מוצא חמו, אז אין נוסעים לו זמן יצא מלמד יום, ואחר כך יצא. אבל כשבוא להציע במויס הגשמים, אז אין אומרים שהניחו דודו בוי אוי למד יום, אלא אומר לי שצורך שהניחו דודו בוי עד הפסח. Yeah, till the end of the winter.
Yeah.
Regardless, it could be a month, it could be 2 months. The cutoff date is Pesach.
Right. So even you failed to tell him, right? You told him in middle of Elul. There's no 30 days.
Yeah.
Now it's he has you already what's it called? You're already stuck.
You're
You have
stuck
to
for the whole winter. You're stuck for the whole winter. That's what happens. וימי הגשמים מתחילים מתחילת חג הסוכות, ואין יוכל להציע מבייס אלא אם כן הודיע לו למד יום קודם חג הסוכות, שיצא, שבעודו למד יום קודם להתחיל לשים
right. Actually,
הגשמים
they told him Lamed Yem.
לסרגי.
Yeah.
Why sukkahs? Because sukkahs is
Masha Baruch Hamei Geshem, I guess. That's the Mesa Geshomim starts officially by Sukkot.
but the guy can't move out in the middle of sukkahs
No, that's why he has to have told him 30 days before the beginning of Sukkot.
before the beginning of sukkahs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's beautiful. Between Pesach and between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, make a move.
Listen, that's I
This,
can do
it is
Lamed
what it is. It
Yeah.
is what it is. You know. Vein yochel lehotzio mi beisoi, elo im kein hoidio loi, lamed yom kotzim chag asus, jesu veido lamed yom kotzim bascholos yemei hagshom, vadai sage. Okay, schön genug.
Like it's like
Uh,
I have my car lease
yeah.
ends June 1st. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie it to them. Wait a second, but June 1st, that's not when the good deals are. The deals are in the end of the year. Okay, so who told you to make such a lease? Listen, that's so now figure it out. Either rent the car for a few months until the deals come up,
Right.
or
Right.
or so you can extend it, or but as I use this, you know.
Right. Right. Aber kann man nicht,
ועל זה מסיק וכוסף שאם לא ידיעי למד ים קריס עד חולס חג הסוכיס, אפילו אין חוסר אלא ים אחד. הווי דינוי כאילו לא ידיעי קדם לכן כלל. Right? You can't even say like, listen, no, I'm giving you 15 days now move out 15 days after Pesach. No.
like 15 day for example, instead of you were supposed to be moidir him elul tesvov elul, right? That's really where you have to do it, or you dalad elul, whatever.
Now it says Zayin Elul.
Too
Done.
late.
It's like you weren't media him at all.
You're stuck the whole winter with him now because of
Yeah.
that.
No, and there was no Hida at all. וצורך להניח לדוד בבייסי עד הפסח.
By the way, this is today. This is shaykh today. This din
I don't think so because today, I mean, don't get me wrong. Not that it's not. It is generally speaking, even today, people generally, it's easier to move in this now when it's not snow and whatever it is.
yeah.
But it's not unheard of to find. Well, I mean, I guess the truth is, my
Very hard, by the way.
I was actually just dealing with a rental. It's not my rental. It's somebody else's rental. And they were telling me, like, they're very happy to find this rental because it's very hard because nobody's moving out right now.
Taco.
And they said they were very happy. What happened was somebody bought a house and they wanted to rent it out. So I helped them rent it in Pittsburgh. So I helped them rent it. I had the keys and I let people in to look at it. And the guy who looked, I think he rented it in the end. He said like he had a funny deal, right? He had a funny deal that he had, and he paid a very good price, so he was willing to do it. But that when the owner is going to come back from traveling, whatever, so he'll move out. Mamish, this kind of thing, like like we have here. So okay, so the owner told him, I mean, whatever it was, she told him a month in advance, 2 months in advance, that she's finishing traveling. She was traveling for a year, 2 years, whatever it was, and she's going to be moving back in. So now mitamol, in middle of in November, December, he has to find a place, and he said it's very hard. There's nobody. He said because all the university students, v'chulu, they all move at a certain time, and then everything's open. And he said now it's very hard to find, and if you find, it's a crazy deal because they know that they're the only properties. So he said to find a place that was, and the truth is we knew because we had so many hits on this, people wanted to see it. So we were able to actually to pick for them like somebody who makes sense.
Yeah.
Turns out I even know the guy. It's not a Jewish guy, but he's like one of the guys from the main street here who has a store and whatever. And like and Pashati said it's very, very hard to find now. But Pale, I don't know if nowadays was it then much harder than even now? Would New York be different from Pittsburgh? Is New York a krach gadol and Pittsburgh is Ayoris? I'm not sure. Good question. Yes, I feel eine chasel yem echad have dinay inu leidig klal. Tzarch anichel ladu reis Pesach vatam The me'agsham koshel adam l'taltal nashim ibayis l'bayis. Right, it's very hard to move during the winter, and the truth is that's true today also, but maybe it's not quite as hard as what it was back then. The derech b'nei adam liskedira echad the kol yimei agshamim. It's usual when somebody's renting by the winter, they're going to rent the same place for the whole winter that they shouldn't have to move in the middle of the winter. And therefore, it's very hard to find a place to rent in middle of the winter months. Fine, so that's hey. Vav. Vav kova leish leishim yom lifnei achag. What's kovali? Why kovali? I think it means like if he told him 30 days before Sukkot. In Nisha mihalamid yem afilu yem echad eni yochel yitzi ad mitzias Pesach. V'hu she'ediu lamed yem mikedem. And even by Pesach, he has to, I guess he has to tell him 30 days before Pesach. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Meaning the Haidah.
What are you saying now?
So in Vav.
Go to Choshen Mishpat. Im nishar mehalamed yom afilu yom echad enu yochel yitzi. We did this already. Who should the lamed yom mikayda? Be'edumarim be'ayoris be'krochim echad b'misacham echad b'sham tzarich edus shnei mosar chedesh. Wow. Mikayda chanut ben kroch. Can I ask you a question? When it says shnei mosar chedesh, do you factor in also the Yomim Tovim or not?
For example,
since you factor in by Shabbos in the Lamed Yom, you factor in Shabbos, don't you?
Yeah.
So for what someone anders?
Yud Beis Chedesh, Yud Beis Chedesh.
Yeah.
It's not business days only.
Yeah, they say expect the credit card to come in the mail in 7 or 10 business days,
right.
Which means that if there's a legal holiday in the middle,
right.
So you have to wait another day.
Saturday, Sunday, right?
Yeah, and Saturday and Sunday is not counted. You have to count mamish like even a kim you need to count.
Right, exactly. So there's a deal here though. Is any yochel hitzia ad mitzi haPesach, v'hu she'ediu lamed yom mikaydim. So you don't have to give him 30 days after Pesach.
Yeah.
You can evict him mamish mitzvah Pesach and Isru Chag. You can get him out. Why? Because the whole thing is you have to give him time. Because even though people aren't moving until after Pesach, but it makes sense then they're already making the deal before Pesach for their moving Matzi Pesach. So deals are already available, just you can't move in till Matzi Pesach. So therefore, according to his lashon here, you don't have to give him 30 days after Pesach. If you miss the Sukkos Haidah, you have to let him know 30 days before Isru Chag, Pesach, and then you can evict him mamish Isru Chag.
You don't have to start counting Motzei Pesach.
Because even though people aren't moving until after Pesach, but they're already making deals 30 days before to find where they're moving to. So,
can I ask you a question? It seems from the lashon over here that dafka, if you miss the cutoff date of before Sukkot. But what about if you gave him a warning from Sukkot on? So you're giving him 6 months, get ready, so then on the day after Pesach he can get out.
So that's fine. So it would seem l'chura.
Can you or it's only?
Yeah, no. It would
only.
It would seem l'chura that I can't be Meidia you now for Sukkot, but I can be Meidia you now for Pesach. It's more than Lamed Yom.
More than Lamed Yom. Okay, but what about if I'm Modia you winter?
No problem. I can be Meidia you for Matzi Pesach only.
My
But
question to
I
you, my
yeah,
question to you is, what about if I give you 30 days of the winter? Can I move you out of there, Motzoi Pesach or
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Yeah, no, because why should that be worse?
Choshen, yeah.
Where does he say this beforish?
Well, he says that first of all, it's also in the Mechaber, in if you look at his wording involved, right? Kovalei Shleishim Yom Lifnei
לפני
Achag.
החג, אם מישהו מהלך את יום, אפילו יום אחד, אינו יכול להוציא עד מצוי הפסח, right? Okay, fine.
Lamed Yom Mikadim, meaning Lamed Yom Mikadim L'Matzah Pesach.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yes, Ad Matzah Pesach. So is mashma that you can mamish a victim Matzah Pesach as long as you told him 30 days before. So if I told you and it's not 30 days before Sukkot, then I can't get you out until Matzah Pesach. But it's a hidah for Matzah Pesach already.
But I can't be Modir you 30 days before Motzei Pesach.
Why not?
But it says over here, Lamed Yom Mikedem from Chag Pesach, from the beginning of Chag Pesach.
No, he's v'hu she'idil lamed yem mikaydem, meaning
Mikoidem Motzei Pesach.
of the eviction date, yeah, which is Mitzvah Pesach,
Motzei Pesach.
right? And he says, "Ein yochel hitziyah ad Mitzvah Pesach." So it's mashma that.
Okay, so sein Motzei Pesach. באמת דברים אמורים ביורס. Okay, then בכרוכים, you factor in the same thing, but
Right.
instead of Lamed Yom,
Right.
12, but it's the same. It says, when he said באמת דברים אמורים, alle Dinim must be Robin jetzt gesagt, bis jetzt, yeah?
Right. It's the
It's
same
talking
thing,
about,
but instead of lamed
but
yem, it's basically
you apply the same formula with Shnei also Chedesh, Mekedem.
But the only difference being that it doesn't make a difference Yemesa Geshamim or Yemesa Chama.
Right.
It's 12
Right.
months. 12 months.
1 month period, yeah.
Why? Because that means you had a whole 12 months. I don't care how you want to. What do you call it? You had the same, no matter when it started, you had the same 12 months, and it has the same Yomim Tevim, and it has the same Yemei Shamim, and it has the same Yemei Chama, no matter how you cut it apart. Because 12 months includes all of that. It includes the whole Yemei Chama and the whole Yemei Shamim, and it includes Pesach and Sukkot. In which order it includes it, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same thing, V'chanus bein bakroch mein bayoris. Right? A storefront, whether it's in a krach, whether it's in bayoris, it's 12 months. And says the Dr. Amo b'chanus shel nachtum v'tzaboin tzorich le'idiyeh gimel shonim mikedem. But in these special industries where people hold like the Beis Yosef, I think, said that the people hold a longer tab, and Mistam it'll be there. Let's see if the Smet talks about this. Yeah, I think this Smet talks about it. It brings this also. So Smeches v'hu she'dir shleishim yom mikedem.
Yeah. A second. Who she'dir shel Mekedem? I'm Prisha, right?
Yeah. Right, yeah, because the Smet is the Prisha. So yeah.
Yeah, Ayin Prisha. Like the Darke Moshe is Moshe Isalas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They all like started like the Beis Yosef is the Mechaber.
Right.
Yeah.
It shows how you have to progress. Like first you start
Yeah,
out
Mamish, and how they evolved. They had new horizons, you know, like very good. Let's move. So he says כתבתי דנירא לי הטעם כיוון שלא הודיעו 30 יום שלמים קודם החג, אבל כאילו לא הודיעו כלל, ומשום מוחים צריך להודיע חדוש 30 יום קודם זמן מציאות בתחילת ימי
Oh,
החמה.
interesting.
Very
Interesting.
nice.
So he says like you were suggesting before that
Yeah,
maybe
30 days.
so it seems according to the smell holds that no, the fact that you're media him before Sukkis is wiped clean. So you have to give him a new Haidah. I'm giving you a Haidah for Pesach, for Motzei Pesach. Meaning your
The
initial
shidduch
one
over here
doesn't
is
carry over automatically.
the shidduch over here is it's not worse to give you 30 days in the winter months. You know what I'm saying? That you can use, even though that you cannot get him out in the winter months, but you can use the winter months to warn the guy that you want him out in the summer months.
But not just that, he's saying even more. He's saying that
No?
if I told you 29 days before Sukkot, right? So now you don't come out. You can stay until Pesach, right? But he's saying
Yeah.
not just that. I have to give you another Haidah. I have to give you a new
A brand new Hodah, not a Hodah of one more day, because the Chof test is over. You cancel.
not right, not right. And he's saying I can even listen. He's saying I can even warn you now. But originally I came to you and I told you you have to be out by Sukkot. Right?
Let me ask you a question. Those 29 days, which are worthless, are they good al kolpanim to get him out of Pesach, or do you have to make a brand new
No,
Hodah?
so that's what the Sma is coming to say here.
That what?
He's saying that it's not good. It was canceled. That Haidah was
Canceled. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see from the
by the
lesson.
way, you don't have to wait till then. I can now tell him right now, immediately. Like I tell him, listen, you have to be out by Sukkot. I need the property. You go, no. This is only 29 days. What's it called? I'm good for Pesach.
Okay, I need you
Now,
out
and now
by
if we
Pesach.
left the conversation there. If
Yeah,
we left the conversation there, I can now stay Lamadim after Pesach. If you didn't tell
right.
me. Until you'll tell me. But what if
But he can tell him right afterwards. Okay, so I can't get you
wait,
now.
so Pesach then?
But
Good.
he can warn him prior to the Emesak Shomim. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
He doesn't have to,
I can warn you now, but
Yeah.
it's not the fact that I warned you for Sukkot doesn't become an automatic warning for Pesach.
right,
I'll tell you,
right.
Listen, you have to be out by Sukkot. I need the property. You'll tell me, nope, it's not a Chodesh Olim. I don't have to move out to Pesach. And then you'll tell me, okay, so I'm warning you now for Pesach. Fine, then you're good.
Yes.
But
So he has to give him a new warning for Pesach.
warning that I told you have to be out by Sukkot doesn't automatically carry over as a warning for Pesach. I have to now specify a new warning.
He can't say, well, you knew I want to get you out by Sukkot. Use your common sense. And
you yourself are coming and telling me, no, I don't have to be out by Pesach.
no,
Use your common sense, so then be out by Pesach. No, I have to bavarn you that okay, so then you have to be out by Pesach. Whether I do it now at the same time or whether I do it Lamid Kedem Motzei Pesach, well, at any point in between there. But I have to give you a separate warning.
Yeah.
Why? Because my Sukkot warning was canceled. Right? And he explains it in Drisha more.
B'motzoi Pesach. Okay, very good. That's what comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, aber bekrochim chula, the bekrochim shchichim b'nei odom yeser v'tzar lahem b'mokim bekoshe limtzoi dido le'eshet. In Crown Heights, it's harder to find an apartment than in Pittsburgh.
100%. 100%.
In Pittsburgh, I think if a host settles there, I think you probably get, not only could get a house right away, a bigger house, a nicer house, and a quicker rate because there's so much demand.
If I right now had both the money and the desire,
yeah,
to get a bigger house, I could go right now and find one and move into it.
Right, right. Which
Now,
is which.
Take sometimes a year the prices are a little bit higher, and depending on the economy, v'chulu, v'chulu. But if I wanted to find right now an apartment to rent or a house to rent, even or whatever, it would be harder.
Do you know what you should do? You know what you should do? Don't laugh at me. The Misnagdim, they don't establish what do you call it, Chabad houses,
Right,
or Misnagdisha houses, whatever you want to call them. But they do have a very good system of koilelim.
right.
So they mobilize koilelim, and a lot of our shluchim have had a lot of tzoras from these koilelim because they become a real competition against them. You know what I'm saying?
No, we have here exactly such a keilul. Baruch Hashem, Pittsburgh is a place of achdus, and
Yeah.
the Chabad keil and the Chabad organizations and the Litvish keil, everybody knows each other, everybody's friends with each other. One of my very very best friends was the past Reisha Keil. He used to be Reisha Keil.
I'm sure you were mefalpul with him, and you were good with him. He probably liked you because you were
I'm still
learning.
he already moved, he gave over he felt he could take it where he could take it. It was his father established it. He felt he
Yeah.
could take it where he could take it. And he moved. He's in 5 towns now. We're still Adayim Azeh. We're in touch by phone. And
What does he do now, this guy?
he works for one of the meisters over there. I don't know if he does fundraising and this kind of thing. And
I know 5 towns very well. I have children there. What's the name of the guy?
Irvan Kagan.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Adayim Azeh.
You're good with him.
I'm in
You're
touch
good
with
with
him,
him.
even though he doesn't live here for a few years now already, and very 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 close. So in Pittsburgh,
But not to compete with the Misnagdim Stam. The idea, it's if a young man who gets married, it's very hard koilel in Crown Heights. Maybe we could open a koilel out of Crown Heights, and it
especially
would be,
our cost of living is lower and whatever and everything. But
yeah,
I think part of the whole thing of a koil though is they want to be in.
in the atmosphere,
They'll be
in the
steeped
atmosphere.
in the right, not just in the koil itself, but the chalal in the, you know what I mean, to be able to go,
I know, but
to go down to 770
but
to
but
go
but you
koil.
know something, in Montreal, in my day when I was learning in yeshiva in Montreal, I was learning Yoda with Rabbi Hirschsprung. He there was a koilel there, a Lubavitcher koilel in Montreal, and you
Yeah.
had very reputable people learning there. It wasn't Shana Rishona.
Also, but meaning it has to be somewhere where there's a kahila, where there's in Pittsburgh also it could be, but
Yeah, but I'm saying if anybody who's interested to learn more than a year in koilel, that's what I'm trying to say.
it's better in a place where the cost of living is
It is
more.
lower. You know what I'm saying? There's chinuch over there. There's in Pittsburgh. There's a cheder, right? And it's not like
Yeah,
it's
it's
a.
definitely.
I mean, it's a fruma cheder. It's not
No, it used to be back when I first moved here. It was then like half and half. It was mostly the kids of shluchim, and it
yeah.
was more a Hebrew day school.
Yeah,
As
that's what I'm saying.
the Anash Kahila got bigger, it's an Anash school.
It's a big anash there by you. I mean, how many talesim you have
Not
there?
that's what if a few hundred families.
Yeah.
So you have
So
100 talesim or what?
more, more like between 200 and 400 Lubavitch families in the whole Kehillah.
Yeah, but
There's
in one shul, what do you have there?
Oh, it's different shuls.
Oh, they have
There's three
different
different
shul.
Shabbos. There's 3 different Lubavitch Minyanim on Shabbos, and
Ah.
and that's besides for the Chabad house or whatever that has a couple of Lubavitches down there as well.
House. There's young Chabad, young
The
young
main,
professionals, but the
yeah,
actual
the 3 main shuls, Kesed Torah, the Lubavitch Center, and Bnei Emunah.
Yeah.
The Lubavitch Center has maybe 150 talesim.
Wow.
I mean, not every Shabbos. I'm saying at peak, like when everyone shows up on Shabbos and is in town and all that.
Very nice.
Kesed Torah probably has about the same, maybe even outgrowing that, maybe closer to 180, closer to 200, maybe now.
some of
Yeah,
those
you have a place that would attract a younger man who wants to further his studies.
yeah, because they have well, no, they don't have a koil at any point. They have a Mesifta and a Zal.
The morning Kale isn't still going. What are you talking about?
That's not a koil for a younger man who wants to continue his learning.
First of all, I'm just saying there is.
That's for laymen. He's talking about like.
I'm talking about a younger man who learned Yeridea,
You know,
and he wants to do Dalit Chalke Shulchan Aruch. you know.
My point is, there isn't a koil yet, but there's definitely space for one. You definitely have people. You definitely have a lot of great minds.
A Rosh Koil we have already. I'm seeing. I'm looking at him through the screen.
I'm saying
All
there's
you,
a lot of people. There's definitely space. There's cheap housing. There's lots of space. Different shows that could host it. There's lots of people who could be guest speakers. Guest lots of bright, really bright minds
I
the top
think
would be learning there all day.
they started in Crown Heights, something was very beautiful, which means that people staying in Koilel for longer than a year.
Yeah.
And the people want to sit and learn. They don't want. They're not running to shlichus. They want to become dayanim. They want to become.
It is not even for a year. Everybody from here, they go to Koilel and Crown Heights if they're going to Koilel.
Yeah, I'm saying
there is space for one here.
They definitely, and it's more affordable. That's the point. You know, all this came about because of we said about the Yemesa, Bekrochim.
Versus
Bekrochim is very hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so he says.
And over here, it's not like a house in a little tiny row house in New York is already millions of dollars. The price of a row house there, you could almost buy an apartment building like 12 units over here, maybe a little bit more, but it's like how much an apartment building of 12 units would cost in Crown Heights. Here, they can buy an apartment building and they have 12 units, and you have 12. What's it called? Your base of guys, 12 guys in the Koilel.
That's what they need. I'm telling you, don't parcel it. And the whole idea came about.
I'm not parceling it. I'm just saying there's better people than me to.
No. The schus of the smeh in safe cotton tesh. Aber bekroch b'shchichi b'nei odom Yosef v'tzadlo im amoko im bekosher limtzoi dido leitz. This is the basis to the idea. Seriously.
Right.
אוקיי, וחנוס, לא מלן דחנוס, ובחנוס הטעם שכן בנים יש וחנוס דרכם להוקיב להכוין מהם זמן רב, כי יבואו לשלם בואים על פסח חנוס לשלם לוי, כשיצא משום לא דור במקום אחר, לא יודע או לא ימצאוהו, משומוכם לא יצאים לו זמן י' בייס חדש. סוף זה זמן יקבוי חויבו שהיקיף לאובר מה שימכור בהקוף ומכאן ולבוא יודיע להכהן, they won't know where to get the money, right?
So how about after he moves out? Fine, but he has a year now to already be informing them. By the way, Chaver, just so you know, and next year we're moving out. So just so you're aware that next year we're moving out, and you're going to come to pay the bills, or in the meantime, until you know, drop the money off by my house or whatever. But now during this year, he'll already be telling them, so they'll know for the future. But in the meantime, if they're going to come within the year, they're not going to know where to bring in the payment that they owe.
So this is all about shopping on credit. That's what you're trying to tell me. That's the whole reason.
Yeah,
why you need
even in Ayoris, right? Meaning even in a city. Even let's say we just said in Ayoris you can find somewhere Techla Midyayim. Right? Hey, but here's his problem. Fine, so he found a place, Techla Midyayim. But the people who owe him money are not gonna know to go there. Now, by the way, this is all very different today, because today you have the emails and phone numbers of Chulu of all your people anybody who owes you money from your store. You have their contact information. So I don't think this is going to really apply today.
Right? Maybe you don't need
you pick up a phone. You couldn't send a WhatsApp, a WhatsApp blast, or nowadays, you go into your QuickBooks, right, and you can select. You can select all customers and send a blast out, an email blast to all customers. We can send it several times. Notice on such and such a date we're moving to here and whatever. And the truth is, even the payment, people don't even come to the store to pay even. Right? Not only they're not people don't come to the store to pay. They usually pay you online or something, Zelle, this, that. Right.
Right.
Even if you'll say they're sending you a check, right? Even if they're sending you a check, but you have a way to notify them now. Back then, the only way you could notify them is when they come in, right? And sometimes there's a guy who would come from a different place because he needs this stuff. He would come maybe only once a year.
Yeah.
and then he would come to pay you at some point during the year. But so therefore, they wouldn't know where to come give the money.
Yeah, and then he says regarding the Nachtemim
Right. So
and Tzloim, Shabatifim Zvan Oruch. Apparently they rack a huge bill, looks like it.
right.
So you need
Things. It's like I'll give you an example. Imagine. I mean, it wasn't like I'm creating a shtickle, a fantasy world that combines nowadays and those days.
yeah,
Imagine you had a guy who sold horse buggies,
yeah,
right? And let's say horse buggies, like now, like when you have a car lease, right? So
yeah,
a car is a big hitzah. So whether you're leasing it or you're buying it, you pay over several years, right? When you get
yeah.
a new car. So the same thing, let's say you had a horse buggy dealer. And a horse buggy, when people buy it from him, it's not over. They're not going to pay it over a year. Let's say they'll pay it over 3 years.
Yeah.
So them, it's a longer period of time. You need to tell them. They would hold the bill for longer. Or let's say it's for example, you sell like certain things with in bulk and what do you call it, wholesale, and these guys they'll go around for 3 years selling this stuff, and then they'll come back and pay you whatever it is. So yeah, so by them,
And I don't think there's a machloikis on anybody argues on this.
no,
The Smith.
no, he's just explaining the and this was all I think in the Besesif also.
The Gimel Shonim, yeah?
Yeah, I think, and
Yeah, I
I
remember learning something, yeah.
explained it
Okay,
before
so we go to
because
Zain Ches?
already. I think it was already in the tour, and the Besesif explained it.
Can we finish now cramming Zain and Ches now before we
Why not? Let's do it.
let's do Zain and Ches, and the Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow we'll start the Hachona for Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll give us 3 days to move on,
Right. The question is, I don't know where he's gonna. Well, I guess we'll have to ask where he's gonna continue. Is he gonna continue in here, or he's gonna continue with session 14 in the booklet? I don't know.
How could he jump?
Here, you know what? Before I forget, let me send. I'm gonna send him a thing.
He's gonna jump from Shin Yud Base to Shin Lamed Gimel?
I don't know. That's what but
I don't think he can do that. How could he do that?
let me just see what's in the booklet. What's the next one?
Type about 90 words a minute. I'm completely
333. That's the best thing. We'll ask him, and this way we'll know what to. Okay, so I sent it, so you'll answer us and we'll know. Okay, so Zayin.
We'll know by tomorrow.
Zayin Kishem Shamaskir Chayev Lahidiyah. Kachas Teicher Chayev Lahidiyah Mikedim Shleishim Yom by Yoris and Mikedim Yud Beis Chedesh Bakrochim. Right, same thing, that right. This the same thread that we had before. It's an even playing ground. We make it fair for the landlord and the tenant. So just like the landlord has to be media 30 days before. Why? Because he's going to assume otherwise that the landlord's leaving him in there. The same thing. The tenant has to be medir the landlord, because otherwise the landlord is going to assume the same thing. So 30 days in the cities and 12 months in the towns and 12 months in the big cities. Why? So that he should have time to find a new tenant. And his house shouldn't remain empty with no tenant.
And
And if he didn't tell him, he can't just leave. Rather, he has to give. I mean, technically he could leave. He just has to still pay him the schar.
I think the Eloitin means Al Kopanim. At least you should pay him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's right. No, that means right. It doesn't mean he can't exit the property.
He can leave whenever he wants. He can
He can't exit the deal.
Exactly.
In Yochalotzis means he can't exit the deal. Eloit Naschar, rather he has to pay him for the 30 days. Yes. Alternatively, Yamid Achrim Kaimi. Or he'll get somebody else. Right? I'll find somebody else to take over for the rest of the period. For the rest of the 30 days.
Yes.
But he can't just say here's homeless Bob. Here's homeless Bob.
He says it's tzarich lekable. He says he has to, right?
No, ain't hamaskir tzarich lekable.
Ain't hamaskir tzarich.
You can say I'm sorry, but homeless Bob is not. This is not
right.
You have
right.
To,
or if you have the bad reputation,
right.
whatever.
If you bring a proper tenant, fine. That's one thing, but.
Okay, let me learn jetzt the smer, right?
Ne, kach haseichel chayv lehidiya v'chulu. Habes yesef meisik v'kosav. The hachepani hayeshiv b'chanus ene yochel otzeis elo imken yediya lebala chanus yud b'shchesh mekedem. Why? Kedei shebala chanus yivakish loy nachel sheyizker imenu chanusei. The oisi chenvni lo yetzim echanus shal yeshibo ad sheyigbat tchila hakafesav. So you would think that maybe a storekeeper is different. He only has to give 30 days, not the full Yud Beis Chedesh. Because why was the Yud Beis Chedesh? It was so he should have time to raise his bills. So that doesn't apply to the landlord. And so he says, no, the Beis Yosef says, no, it applies to the landlord too. Because the new store tenant that he's trying to get in has the same problem. He's going to stay in his place so he can be magbe his chayvis.
Yeah.
So it applies also by a chanus. Yud Beis. Okay. That's it. Ches mechaber. Im sachar zman kotzuv. So now he's going back to zman kotzuv. How do we do with the being media on by zman kotzuv? Im sachar zman kotzuv kivan shekol azman yochel yitziyah miyad afilu kol azman beemtzi meisa geshamim. When there's a Zman Kotzev, there's no Heidah necessary. And Zman Kotzev means it doesn't make a difference if it was 1 day, if it was 5 years. When the Zman Kotzev finishes,
you out.
Yeah. So I don't have to tell you anything.
Right.
Im Sachar Zman Kotzev says the miyad. Who adin the haseicher. So he's saying now, even though he was mekatzer in his lashon here, right? What he's saying about the maskir also applies to the seicher, the same thing, right? He just mekatzer because he already told you in the last sif kishem sham maskir chayev kacha seicher chayev. And even though it doesn't specify it here, it also applies here. V'hu adin da seicher yetzim miyad b'li heidola maskir. Also the tenant, he has the same right. Just like the maskir can evict him immediately, the seicher can also leave immediately with no heidah.
Right.
Because they both knew, everybody knew what's going on when the time was. וההביא
Right.
לו לדבר זה עם זה, או עם אחרים באופן שיודו מקום דירוסם מסייב הזמן והולו. So both of them should have, being that they knew this time was ending, so they should have either spoken to each other or spoken to somebody else. You had time to figure it out.
Right. Very
Didn't
good.
figure
Very
it out.
good.
It's on you. You had time. Shach im sach luzman katzov. I'm Chuvas Maran Maran Sosin Simin Reish Ches. And I'm pretty sure that
מה שמענו חולו אין בתשובס בן לב. I have
that's already on.
I have Mari Ben
That's
Lev.
already on the next safe. It's Ayin B'Tshuvas Maran Sosin.
Oh, okay, fine. Beseder. Okay, so we're good to go then, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock. You let us know what we're learning. If you find out before,
The bottom line is, Amir Hashem, at 10 o'clock, we're learning something.
we're learning something. Yeah, Baruch Hashem. I want to give you my
I'll be
telephone
here.
number.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to give
So Avi, I have your Avi, you have me on WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Right, so yeah, send me your father's contact.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
So if you find out, if you find out where you're going to start tomorrow, so I'll do a hachona lehachona. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'll look over what we're doing. Hopefully, we'll learn ala seder. I don't believe that he's going to jump around. You know, we still have to do tests.
Sometimes you jump around, but that would be a lot to jump around.
Look at this. It's like we have.
I think what he's probably
we have like 7, 8. We have 18 from test till the next till.
I mean, I don't know if all of the seifim are included in there, but in either case, what I suspect he's going to do, is he'll start go faster through the rest of it, and then try to catch up or whatever. But we'll see.
I'll tell you something. If he goes fast on this, we better be ready for that.
Yeah. No, that's even more so why it's important to be ready.
Yeah, exactly, because this is not an easy. I don't think this is. I mean, Baruch Hashem, we're learning it very. So it says it's mashma. Listen to this. Here we have to learn Shin Yud Gimel and Shin Yud Beis, Shin Yud Gimel, and Shin Yud Daled. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second. Malcolm does make a thought.
He replied, finish Shin Yud Beis and then Shin Yud Daled.
We're gonna do both.
Yeah, but missing out Shin Yud Gimel.
No Shin Yud Gimel. Shin Yud Beis, Shin Yud Daled. Yeah, that's what I see over here.
Yeah.
Excuse Batim, but do you know if we're continuing ala seder or he didn't say?
Yeah,
I sent a message. So
that's what he replied.
I tagged him in the group and I sent him.
You replied now? You replied now? This?
Oh yeah, but as long as he replies before tomorrow, we're good. And
He
if
replied
I see by the evening,
already.
oh here he said he replied. 3:12 and 3:14.
So we're in the middle of 3:12 now.
We already prepared this in the sikumim, so we can just go on inside.
Fine. Okay, very good. Okay.
So we're going to continue in the mechaber.
One last thing in the sikumim, where would that be? Do you know? Do you have it in front of you?
It was in 13. We already did it.
Page 13?
No, it's session 13. It's from what is it? From like page 5 maybe till page like 16, I think.
I think we did this already. No.
5. Yeah, we did.
We did 15. Now we're gonna start where? Page 17.
No. He said we're continuing 3:12 and 3:14. That's still 13.
Yeah, all those pages are,
It's still so we are ready. What we're doing this week's year, we are ready prepared in the sikumim.
In the sikumim. Okay, very good.
So now we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll try to. Now without his background, we might get a little more stuck on some of it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
If we get stuck, we'll leave that part until we come back, and then
I don't believe that he's gonna go faster in those 2 hours.
Right,
If this is very hard, that we're gonna get stuck. You know what I'm saying?
And we have 3 days to go now to do.
Morgen, übermorgen, und Mittwoch. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.